Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I'm kind of cockeyed. I'm in my camper. We're out camping for the weekend. First time out this year. So, little scruffy, little change of scenery. So, I think you've done this before. You kind of know how it works. Just like to remind people, if it doesn't make any sense now, just keep everything in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. This is non-exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So we're going to talk to your son. He's very mellow, very calm and mellow. Just kind of like laid back, like he would be sitting back on the couch with his hands behind his head, all leaned back with his legs feet on the coffee table and his one leg flopped over the other one. He's just mellow, very mellow. He's talking about a hoedown. Now, I'm assuming he's talking old lady language. So hoedown would be, like a party, a get together, kick your feet up and dance. Usually, that's what I would call a hoedown. I think he's speaking my old lady language. So I don't know if you've been somewhere like that recently and he's trying to validate it, or you're getting ready to go somewhere like that. He's trying to validate that it's him, which I ask him to give at least 2 or 3 things so you know for sure we're talking to him. He says you're going to have a spectacular time. And he's shown me. Okay, I don't know how we're going to differentiate this. He's got to give me a little more. Like he's showing himself when he was younger, like going to what looks like a wedding dance when he was much younger. And he's just running around all over the dance floor. Well, all little kids do that. Oh, he's got a little suit on, or might even be a little tux. So when he was little, was he in a wedding? That's a long time ago, from the looks of him. Okay, so we're gonna let that go. He's not giving me enough information to. Anyway, hopefully the tux or the suit or whatever, because he looks really cute, really dolled up. Anyway, we're gonna let that go because he's not giving me enough information to specify anymore with that. And now he's showing me a tiger. And he says he's got the tiger by the tail, but he's not holding the tiger by the tail. But he's showing me a tiger. He says, I got a tiger by the tail. What's that song? It's plain to see. I don't have my Alexa here to Google that song. That's an old song. They like to refer to old stuff, so I know what they're talking about. Not that they would necessarily know the song. So, I don't know if you've seen a tiger lately. He liked tigers. He's just showing me like a tiger standing there, and it almost doesn't look like a real tiger. Not sure what he's referring to. Something that's homemade. Did somebody just draw you a picture of a tiger? He drew one when he was little, and you have it stuck up on the fridge or something? I don't know. Hopefully you understand what he's talking about. He'll give me just enough so you should be able to know what he's referring to. Sorry, I know I'm a little lopsided here. There's not much sitting room in here. Doing the best I can. I got the old man at work. I love you, Mom. I'm glad to finally I'm glad to see you finally coming to terms with this. He feels like your heart is more at peace right now than it has been for a while. He says it's not that she has to hear from me, it's that she just wants to hear from me, make sure I'm okay. He says I'm doing grand, Grand, doing wonderful. It's just so laid back. I love it when they feel so at peace. He says, I am glad that you are finally having some peace with it. There's a fly in here, and he's buzzing my head. Anything that happens to me during a reading is meant for you, so watch for that annoying fly. I don't even know where he came from. It's cold outside, but I don't think we even have flies yet, but he was just circling my head. I don't know if you saw him go by or not. Watch for that annoying fly, especially the ones, like keep landing on your nose or on your ear. That'll be a sign from him. I asked them for unique signs and things instead of just the general, cardinals and butterflies and stuff. And it can even be a picture of a fly. It can be somebody on TV and they have a fly annoying them. It doesn't matter how it appears. And when you get that annoying fly, you might not want to swat it, but validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs. He's giggling about this one. Something about somebody with a push mower just mowing like one strip. He surely doesn't mean one strip at a time, like of course you do when you push a lawnmower. It's like there's one strip and that's it. There comes a fly. He hasn't been around me. I didn't know he was here until just now. Anyway, so I'm not sure what he's referring to. Hopefully you do. It's like somebody mows one strip and they're done. I don't know if the mower breaks down or what the deal is. He's looking in your freezer for some ice cream. A certain kind of ice cream. Do you have some of his favorite ice cream in the freezer right now? Or maybe you don't, and he's wondering where it's at. Don't run out and buy it. It's not like he's going to eat it. So okay, you might hear the freezer or refrigerator door open or shut. And it usually doesn't happen when you're in the same room. It almost never happens when you're staring right at it. Like I can be in my dining room where I used to work, and I'd hear my refrigerator door shut. But there is nobody else in the house. I don't know who kept getting in there. They're not supposed to be in my house without telling me, but they never did. Ooh, sheriff just went by. I think they just check on the place. It's usually when you're in the other room and you'll hear it. So again, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. It's like he's rifling around in there, rustling around in the refrigerator. So watch for things to be moved. Something may fall out. Something may be in a different place when you go in there. Something may be missing. They like to do that to me lately. I'll go looking for something and I'll tear everything apart looking for it. And then I'll go back later and there it is. I don't know how they do that. Yep. I love you, Mom. I miss you too. I'm trying to hear. He's trying to say something. Harry? Man, don't don't take that with 100% at all. I don't know if he's talking about somebody being Harry. I just heard Harry. Or if he's talking about the name Harry. Or if it's a name, we don't usually get names exact anymore. Don't know why. You may have to stretch that outside the box a little bit. It might be a name like Harry or a male that starts with an H, H-A, that he's acknowledging. So I'm not sure which way he's going with that one. It's up to him to say. So, boy, he's coming up with a lot of things. I have to spit out what he says because I never know what's going to make sense to you. He's talking about harpooning a whale. Harpooning a whale. If you just watched a show about whales, oh, I feel like he's being ornery when he says it. Or maybe he's talking about a very large person. I can't think of that nickname that one girl had. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible. Shamu. Shamu the whale. Hey, I wasn't related to her. I wasn't the one that nicknamed her that. Oh, Lord, don't get me in trouble. Did you recently have some kind of a near miss or a scare or something that scared you? I don't know if it was a near miss, like almost an accident, or something with the doctor. He's not saying. He's being a little bit vague. So hopefully you'll grasp onto it. He told me I need to get out of the camper and go outside and get some sun. I look pale. It's kind of cold out there today. I have to put all my coats on. Yes, I know. It's almost time to get that good old suntan. Okay, so I'm in my camper and I'm by myself except for my little Yorkie, and she's laying right here in front of me on the couch. And back that way is the bathroom and bedroom. And it sounded like back in the bedroom I heard something kind of like a kind of thump. So listen for a sound like that. Like I said, anything that happens to me during a reading is meant for you. There's nobody back there. There's no reason would be a noise back there. It's kind of cool. Everybody's in their campers, so it didn't come from the outside. It was on the inside, definitely. In fact, it made me want to get up and go look. Like, I know the back door is locked. I have 2 doors. So anyway, listen for that. If he ever does anything that kind of spooks you, scares you a little bit, like maybe a thunk late at night, and maybe you're sitting there by yourself, ask him not to do it again. Just tell him it scares you. That it's daytime here and I'm a little spooked. And I ought to be used to it. So there's something about hearing music off in the distance. No clue what he's talking about. You're going to be hearing music like way off in the distance. That makes you just sit there and listen. So pay attention to whatever that is when you do hear it. It's like really off in the distance. See if you can pick up what the song is and then go Google it. He's bringing that up. There's always a reason. Always. And I'm sure I probably told you before. I heard that noise again. I think he's back there in my bedroom messing around. I haven't told him they are not allowed in my camper unless I call on them, but not back there. Anyway, I just heard it again. And I'm not moving. So, anyway, whenever you hear that song, listen close enough. Maybe you can go Google the words to the song. There'll be a reason for it. There's always a reason. So the only deck of cards I brought with me is my new deck, and haven't had a chance to really work with them yet. Pulled one for myself this morning. I didn't like what it told me, but there's that fly again. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it'll take up too much time, but I'll hold it up. I keep forgetting to go back and see if the words, because they look backwards. The words look backwards this way. I hope when that fly was just sitting right on that card. Here he comes. So now he's on my finger. See how he's just... I haven't seen him all day. I'm surprised there's any flies. It's too cool. Anyway, but here's the back part. And I'll let you pause it and read it. Hopefully you don't have to read it backwards. But, feeling like basic bitching out on someone, take a deep breath, call on all your hood rat angels. Remember that you and all beings are tiny specks of the divine, and surprise yourself with how you literally just evened. Whatever the heck that means. Anyway, I shuffle the cards and I let him tell me when to stop, when to pick one out. So that's from him. Words of advice. So he started walking away real weird, kind of, and then he actually did a cartwheel. I gotta love him. I'm always amazed. I never know what they're gonna do. He's going, love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. You know I'm around. You know I'm around. I love you, and I will keep. And he paused, and then he goes, haunting you. And then he kind of giggles, because he's not haunting you. He's just hanging out. Letting you know that he's okay, that he is around. Once in a while, you should feel his hand on your shoulder, and it could feel like a pressure, could feel like it's hot, tingly. You just feel that little bit of pressure, like he's putting his hand on your shoulder, letting you know he's there. Okay, my dear, with that, he's leaving. Much love to you. Thank you for being patient. I kind of had facial boo-boos when I fell. So anyway, doing really good now. Here come the neighborhood kids. Much love to you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.